Right now, as you watch this video, you're being influenced. Not by me telling you this, but by the fact that you've already decided to keep watching. You see, the most effective manipulation isn't what you notice. It's what you don't. Before we begin, ask yourself, how many decisions did you make today that were truly yours? In 380 BCE, Plato described prisoners chained in a cave, watching shadows on a wall, believing those shadows were reality. When you scroll through social media, you're in that cave. But here's what Plato didn't mention. Someone is controlling the shadows. Let me show you how. 2017. Billy McFarland and Ja Rule convinced thousands to buy tickets to a luxury music festival in the Bahamas. The manipulation wasn't in the lie. It was in the truth they showed you. Influencers posted orange tiles on Instagram. That's it. 9 identical squares. No context. No information. And it worked. Why? Because humans are pattern recognition machines. When we see everyone looking in the same direction, we look too. McFarland didn't sell a festival. He sold the fear of missing out on what everyone else was seeing. This is what philosopher Jean Baudrillard called hyperreality, when the simulation becomes more real than reality itself. Those orange tiles weren't the festival. They were a shadow, and you chased it into a cave. Pause here. Think about the last product you bought because you saw it everywhere. Was it the product you wanted, or was it the belonging? Here's a question that should disturb you. Why do you feel guilty unfollowing someone who follows you? That feeling has a name. Robert Cialdini called it reciprocity, the psychological principle that humans feel obligated to return favors. And influencers weaponize it every single day. In the 1970s, Hare Krishna members would approach travelers in airports, hand them a flower, and then ask for a donation. Even people who didn't want the flower would donate. Why? They couldn't walk away without feeling like they owed something. Now watch this happen digitally. An influencer shares free value, a morning routine, a productivity hack, a motivational quote. You consume it. Then comes the ask, link in bio. Use my code. Join my course. And because they gave you something, refusing feels like theft. Immanuel Kant warned us about this in his categorical imperative. We should act based on principles we'd want everyone to follow. But reciprocity manipulation reverses this. It uses your principles against you. Your desire to be fair becomes the chain. Here's how you break free. Before you accept anything free, ask yourself, did I ask for this? If someone gives you something unrequested, you owe them nothing. Not a follow, not a purchase, not your guilt. How many subscriptions or purchases exist in your life right now because you felt you owed someone? Limited time. Only 3 left. Offer expires at midnight. You've seen these phrases 1,000 times. And every time, they work. Why? Supreme, the streetwear brand, releases limited quantities of products weekly. Items sell out in seconds. But here's what most people don't know. They could produce more. The scarcity is manufactured. James Jebbia, Supreme's founder, understood something psychologists call loss aversion. Humans fear losing an opportunity twice as much as they value gaining something of equal worth. Translation: your brain is more terrified of missing out than it is excited about having something. Soren Kierkegaard wrote about anxiety of possibility, the dread that comes from having too many choices or from the choices that slip away. Influencers don't give you choices. They give you one choice with a countdown timer. Here's the 3-step manipulation. First, create desire through social proof. 10,000 people already bought this. Second, introduce scarcity, only available for 24 hours. Third, add authority. Doctors recommend, or I personally use this daily. Each step alone is weak. Combined, they bypass your rational mind entirely. The antidote is simple but brutal. Wait. When you feel urgency, that's the manipulation speaking. Close the app. Wait 24 hours. If you still want it tomorrow, it was never about scarcity, it was about value. And if it's truly limited, then it wasn't meant for you. How many things have you bought in the last year that you had to have in the moment, but forgot about a week later? Stanley Milgram's 1961 obedience experiments revealed something terrifying about human nature. 65% of people would deliver what they believed were fatal electric shocks to strangers, simply because someone in a lab coat told them to. Now replace the lab coat with a ring light. When someone speaks into a camera with confidence, production value, and subscriber counts, your brain registers authority, even if they have no expertise whatsoever. This is the halo effect. One positive trait makes you assume other traits. During the crypto boom, influencers with millions of followers promoted coins and NFTs. Many had zero financial background, but their confidence and following created perceived authority. When the crash came, billions were lost. The manipulation wasn't in lying. It was in letting you assume they knew more than you. There are no facts, only interpretations. Every influencer is selling you an interpretation of reality. The question isn't whether they're right or wrong. It's whether you're choosing their interpretation consciously or by default. So what do you do with this information? 3 things. 1. Recognize the pause. Between stimulus and response, there's a space. Viktor Frankl, who survived Auschwitz, taught us that in that space lies our freedom. When you feel urgency, desire, or obligation, find that space. Even 3 seconds changes everything. 2. Question authority. Not cynically, but consciously. Ask, what does this person gain from my belief? That doesn't make them wrong, but it makes you informed. 3. Own your shadows. Remember Plato's cave? You can't leave it completely. We all live with some shadows, but you can learn which ones are yours and which ones someone else is projecting. Here's the ultimate irony. By watching this video, you've been influenced. I've used pacing, philosophical authority, case studies, and questions to keep you engaged. The difference? Now you see it. And that awareness? That's the only manipulation-proof armor you'll ever have. The question isn't whether you'll be influenced today. It's whether you'll notice, and what you'll do about it. If this made you uncomfortable, good. Discomfort is where growth lives. Drop a comment with one decision you're going to reconsider this week. And remember, the most profound form of resistance isn't rejecting all influence. It's choosing which influences you allow to shape who you become. Now go and question everything, even this.